Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today, here on Faymonville. And today spawning on the right, we've got Anticafe with Werhmacht. Starting with triple Pios, and coming up against him is momo4sho with Brits. Gone for Canadian Shock, gone for triple Sappers. So 3 engineers versus 3 engineers, huh? Momo is rank 16 and Anticafe around rank 20. No, 40. 20 versus Brit rank. So capping up. No huge surprises here. Nobody's taking any time to build sandbags yet until here we go. Chucking some up before capping on the fuel. Pretty common spot to get harassed, so he wants to get that cover up early on. When you're up against Werhmacht, though, I feel like putting sandbags down usually has the least value because they have so many units can wire it off. So, usually a bit reluctant to wire off in some situations where maybe against US forces, you know, engineers early on are not as common these days. So maybe the sandbags can go a long way.
Infantry section trained and ready.
3 pios into 2 greens. I'm just going for the Tommy. So Anticafe trying to set up some advantageous battles where he's got the superior numbers. But overall, pretty even split on map at this stage. Seems like Momo's going to take control of the bottom though. Anticafe committing a lot of numbers to the top. Not a huge number of windows on this building. It's not super strong for this Tommy squad to be inside. Maybe if you had like a Bren upgraded at this stage, it would be pretty good, but too early for that.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
So both players kind of just camping their ground. It's like Momo's moving more into the middle with that sapper instead of maybe coming down to harass this fuel, which could actually be quite strong given Anticafe's positioning here. Anticafe's gone for a 3rd grenadier. No machine guns whatsoever at this stage. Flamer pushing up, being annoying. Momo's going for a 3rd Tommy. So yeah, both these players going for maybe like 1 more squad than you might expect before taking. Sappers getting out of there, so is the Tommy. Early retreat there with that flamethrower coming down. Both players bringing them in. Three squads nearby for merge, so it'll be really hard to get rid of this Flamer Pio. Seems like this is a big part of Anticafe's strategy here. Getting maximum value out of this Pio Flamer with loads of merging squads nearby. He's gone for a machine gun now as well. Wonder if he's going to go for the veterancy training next. Meanwhile, Momo does eventually come down onto the fuel. MG setting up. He's not going to try hang about to get the decap off, just backing up, looking for a different angle. Oof, big flame of value there. Lots of models really clumped up. Oh, getting torched. Oh, he could lose the squad. I wasn't watching. I think he's microing down the bottom. He's going to get away with it. That's a really lucky escape. Really, really lucky. And Momo's gone for early healing and early grenades. Okay. This can backfire if your opponent is rushing a 2-2-1, but I guess Momo's got the reads. He's up against a lot of squads early on, so not expecting a 2-2-1 rush. So he doesn't need anti-tank options himself. that early on, so can afford to go for healing. Reduces bleed. Almost capping up on the top side, but losing control down the bottom. It's got buff upgrade popping. Clears out the back, seeing where the machine gun's going. Okay, so Momo opting for the free grenades instead of the healing. I think obviously if you've gone for healing this early on, free grenades make a lot more sense. Got the incendiary munitions online as well. That's a pretty nice one there. Merging into the flamer, but Flame's dying fast. He loses the squad during the merge cooldown. Anticafe trying to throw out a grenade. Well, that didn't do anything. Might want to wait until next patch when apparently some of these grenades are going to get buffed.
We're losing a victory point to enemy
I
action.
think they specifically mentioned the Grenadier stick grenade getting buffed. But this is a tough time for Anticafe to be fighting. He didn't go for the Vet 1 training, which can kind of lead you to trade a little bit more evenly with the Tommies. And now some of the Tommies are starting to get their weapon upgrades happening, and so they're getting outscaled, these Grenadiers. Machine gun now getting flanked as well. So Anticafe losing a lot of ground. Does go for Luftwaffe Company. He's gone for base healing as well. So, yeah, base healing is, of course, the cheap option. After all the cost buffs, it's so cheap actually, you know. It was 100 manpower, no fuel. Kind of feel sorry for Brits. They're healing so much more expensive by comparison. And you can actually come and kill this quite easily, whereas good luck killing an HQ. That's alright. Flat gun coming in for Anticafe. He does have 2 Pyos, so even though he lost one earlier. Where's he going with that? Jumping into the building. I think he just needs to try fight this. Catching a rifle nade in, but nicely dodged by Anticafe.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
So just checking if Momo had gone for infantry training. Has not yet. But could be a pretty strong option
Victory point lost.
with what he's doing at the moment. Haven't seen any vehicles from Anticafe. Though you could expect maybe Anticafe could be pushing out a Werble sometime soon. He's already got support elements done. So you're going to need an anti-tank gun ready to counter that, which is already here. And Momo's gone for Stuart. I mean, it's quite late for a Stuart at this stage. You can see he's got kind of about 40 fuel past it. And he's not even done with the side tick yet. Oh, again, he's not paying attention to the flamethrower, and he gets out the last possible second. That's 2 incredibly lucky escapes from Momo.
We can now call in Stuart light tanks.
Good hold here for Anticafe.
Our munitions point is being overrun. The beggars are
Lovely cover here with these Grenadiers. They're dodging their grenade, though. Good reaction times.
victory point under enemy control.
Momo hurting for manpower, you know, with this many squads, can be a bit of a problem if you're getting some bad trades happening. So you can't push out the Stuart. And the Werble's in production. Maybe Anticafe, you know. Still good. Like, pre-12 minutes, still fine for a Werble timing. Doesn't feel like the flak has been that impactful so far, though. I think on this map it can be pretty strong, so you can kind of just park it close to the middle. You can see a lot of action without having to move too much. Here we go, Werble and flak both coming in. And Stuart in the build as a response by Momo. T-gun missing its first shot there, pretty unlucky. He took one shot though. Flank here from Momo. Werble's coming back. Gotta be careful. Oh, Momo actually doesn't have munitions to throw an anti-tank grenade. Werble can't attack ground through those shrubs too easily. Don't want to be stuck in an attack round like that for too long, because it does give away your position to the enemy. And there is the Stuart.
The enemy has our victory points now.
Going for the survival package on it. It's definitely been my preferred of the two options as of late. Vision is very handy, but it's just so much easier to keep the Stuart alive when it's got smoke. It frees up your engineers to go do capping and stuff instead of being stuck trying to repair the Stuart constantly.
We're losing a victory point.
T-gun pushing up, gets the bot shot off. So yeah, I would say, you know, don't be scared of going for a Stuart when you're up against these Luftwaffe company style builds. Definitely help you out, bridge that gap. You know, they come online with their tier 2.5 or 3.5 building vehicles rather, and then it's hard to bridge that gap with Brits. But the Stuart can help. Got a Marder on the field now for Anticafe. Doesn't have any Jaeger Shreks yet. Here we go. He's got one Jaeger, but doesn't have the munitions to upgrade it.
Our infantry will be better prepared.
It's going to be a nasty grenade with the incendiary behind. That's the decrew. Sneer off on this for engine damage as well.
A victory point is being overrun. Victory point is in enemy hands.
Wants to recrew this. Machine gun spinning around. Which is another incendiary nade on it, so it can't be crewed, and he's going to kill it off with the AT gun. It worked out really well. Incendiary munitions doing some heavy lifting. Ordinarily those rifle nades not that good against the flak guns. But with the burn damage left behind, it's actually very powerful. Machine gun doing some nice work here. Marder missing again. A really bad run with that early on. Now we do have a Shrek to back up the vehicles of Anticafe. He's got a little bit of manpower spare now. It's going to go for a second Werble. That's locked into breakthrough now, so fresh lock-in. Stalling up for the Tiger, it looks like it's going to be. A late retreat after that Faust. Could be a squad wipe here if Momo's lucky. Here comes the Shrek though. Lands. Kills the Grenadier. Smoke. Attack ground on the Shrek is often not very good. He just took so long to shoot. He maybe could have shot off the top side anyway. Shrek's got really bad scatter, so it's not very good in attack ground scenarios. That's why the smoke can be so powerful. Again, another underwhelming stick grenade from the Grenadiers. Double Werbles making some moves though. AT guns maybe just far enough back. Can survive here. We're cancelling
Our anti-tank gun crew has been killed.
this tick up.
We're losing a victory point.
Building another AT gun. No. Building another Stuart. Marta's coming up. It's not here yet though, so it's buying a bit of time for Momo to reclaim his AT gun, popping a flare up. He's gonna hold. If the Marta was up there a little bit earlier, maybe could have killed this off, but we're still out back getting repaired up, so doesn't happen.
Victory point.
Popping up more and more flares. Base house is coming in as well. And we're cancelling the Stuart.
They're on standby for order.
Danger's kind of passed here. He managed to reclaim his AT gun. He has built a second AT gun though himself. Fair enough when you're up against two Werbles like this. I think that makes a lot of sense. If we consider running the Werble forwards to crush that wire off. Okay, mine coming up from Momo. There have been a couple of them. I don't think Anticafe's ever built a sweeper yet. Let's maybe run over like 2-ish mines. That one interrupted. Some straight for Momo though. Hasn't also got a sweeper. Though he's a little bit low on munitions. He's been using quite a lot of grenades and stuff, even when he doesn't have the well-supplied buff.
5 command points available. Acknowledge. The Huns have 300 points at the
AT
moment.
guns are looking for an opportunity to put some damage on these tanks.
Victory point.
Meanwhile, Anticafe finding an opportunity to come down to the bottom here. Could have maybe used some Grenadier medkits to heal these guys up to full.
Lost. The enemy has control.
Might as well just lob out a grenade here if you're Momo when you've got that buff rolling. He's going to damage his own squad, alright. He might throw it into the retreat path or something. Do a bit of trickery.
We're losing him.
I guess snare off on the Marta. Might have been able to kill it if 2 AT gun shots and the snare had landed there. It didn't happen. Now the Werble's looking for a squad wipe on the back of this.
Victory point belongs to
Stuart popping in a tread shot. AT guns splitting their damage. Crew shock. And there we go. It's dead.
be assigned. Enemy ground forces have claimed a sector.
So, you know, Tommy squad for a Werble. It's not too bad either way. Be careful about setting up like this. Easy rifle grenade from Momo. Looks like it got interrupted though. Reducing its range because of being suppressed. The double anti-tank guns are a major problem for Anticafe. This doesn't have like a solution to them. He doesn't have a mortar. He lost his flak gun. The infantry's not powerful enough to fight against the Tommies that are upgraded with infantry training and weapon upgrades. So you just can't really do too much against Momo's anti-tank guns at the moment. Except try and avoid them. I was getting the Crusader coming out now. But quite late though, you can see. 20 minutes. First medium tank for Momo. Sometimes these are the paths you have to take as Brits when you're up against this kind of like Werble pressure. Try and make do with what you have before that. Get Gets away with that machine gun though at least. Might have got a shot in.
A-15 Crusader is on station and ready for orders.
Anticafe go for, yeah, Luftwaffe officers' quarters, okay. It's fresh. Jaeger, instant vet 1. And Momo still with a pretty healthy VP lead at this stage.
Lost, Commander.
Army sizes look pretty similar, but
Forward with
it does feel like Momo's composition is the stronger one right now. But Anticafe not too far away from the Tiger now, so
Victory point is being overrun.
that's the great leveling factor. And these kind of builds, you know, how Wehrmacht have
Point lost.
remained with solid win rates this patch, because, you know, they're a little bit weak right at the start because the Grenadiers aren't that good, but then they can invest a lot into Luftwaffe company, apply a lot of pressure, and maybe just win games at that stage.
The enemy has our
And if that
victory
fails,
point
you
now.
always got the Tiger later on as well, or the King Tiger.
The beggars are
Another
threatening
martyr
a
coming in for
fuel point.
Anticafe now that Crusader's on the field. Understandable. Still hurting a bit for munitions control.
A new infantry section is ready for battle.
Capping on the edge now though with the flamer fire. Cafe's got to make sure he's holding on to one of these fuel points though. He, you know, the Tiger's on the horizon, but he needs the fuel to get it. And he's still a long way off that. He's close on the command points, but he's far off on the actual resource.
Sector is in enemy control.
He's going for another flat gun. It can, you know, help just blast away Momo's infantry and team weapons. Okay, you can see Anticafe popping into sight main gun mode just to try and speed up the rate of fire on the martyrs, hoping you get another shot off in time to kill that Crusader. Didn't happen though.
We're losing a fuel
Fast
point
retreat
to
there,
enemy
not
action.
hanging about. Not going to wait for the results. Looks like Momo's pushing out another Crusader here. Cafe still got a bit of repairs required on all three of his vehicles. Is Momo going for a bit of a base push?
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
That is kind of open. I think he could probably knock out that tech structure. Whether it matters, that's probably not, but
Crusader cruiser finished.
so 2 Crusaders, they can outposition the Martyrs quite easily. There are a couple mines down that could cause problems if Momo goes for a dive. As I said, still doesn't have sweepers. Gotta make sure he remedies that before he makes an aggressive move onto the enemy side of the map.
Enemy has it.
Martyrs coming up here, Shrek with the ambush. Good bit of damage on Momo's tank.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Yeah, at this stage, Anticafe could maybe choose to just like kill this building, just like attack it to kill it. 'Cause it definitely seems like it's more of a thorn on his side than an asset.
Point is being overrun.
But he opts not to do it. I mean, if he did, it would...
Enemy is down to
Oh,
200 points.
so that might have been his mine, but no, it's Momo's. That far forwards? Momo's still got the Steward as well, which is maybe a little bit unusual. Doesn't have the crazy vision from the tank commander upgrade. could trade it in. Instead, it's going up to bishops now.
We can now construct Bishop's self-propelled artillery.
Okay, Momo finding a good angle here, getting around the side of the machine gun. Don't think he's realised what he's got though. He's focused in the middle. Okay, he's gone for the heavy sappers now. The damage reduction online. Maybe that's why he went for 3 sappers at the start of the game. Anticipation that later on he'd be able to upgrade them with a Canadian shot battle group. My Anticafe getting pretty close to the Tiger now. Let's get a squad wipe here. One sapper down. And the Bishop's in the build.
Victory point under enemy control.
Oh, it's doing flame damage over here. We can't see it. Here it is. The Tiger's on the field. This is a big problem for Momo. Really big problem. I don't entirely know what the Bishop is supposed to be shooting at. I suppose I can shoot the flak gun and the machine gun. Maybe just causes enemy to try and dodge. I don't know.
Bishop 25-pounder carrier is
Makes
ready.
me wonder, will he trade out the Stuart? Try hit a critical mass of maybe Crusaders upgunned. Try flank the Tiger style. This could be the end of... Yep, the Crusader, Shrek and Marder both land this time round. And it's a really bad start to the proceedings for Momo.
We've lost the sector to
Instant
the enemy.
attack loss. Got nothing in return. The Bishop's not hitting anything.
Royal engineers
Yep.
out of contact.
I mean, that's exactly what can happen with that Tiger. Drops the flamer as well. Tiger's coming in. He's splitting up though. This is not what you want to be doing.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Okay. Seems like Momo's just pulling back. He's going to respect every attack. Checking if he's got team weapon training. Does not. Can help you, give your AT guns a little bit of a boost.
We're losing a victory point.
Rate of fire and durability can be a nice option to have. Okay, he does withdraw the Stuart now, Momo. I think maybe a little bit overdue, but that's fine. See Anticafe making use of merge here to get these Jaegers healthy for cheap.
17-pounders are being made available.
Oh, this is a mighty army. You can see Anticafe pretty close to the population limit at this stage. And Momo is a long way off. There's the Bishop. Cafe not really dodging this terribly well. Has to mass retreat from the middle. Bishop didn't actually get that many kills there though, right? Did a lot of health damage. Okay, Momo's side tech and a 17-pounder is going to be the option to try and counter this. His long side team weapon training. I think that is the incendiary bombing run of Anticafe that he's unlocked. Final option. But doesn't have the munitions to use it yet, so maybe the 17-pounder can get some value here.
Weapon teams have finished their training, Commander.
Boost up with the team weapon training as well. It's going to make it very powerful.
Anti-tank weapon and crew on the field.
So Momo's still got 2 Tommies with the recce package for flares to help spot with the 17-pounder, so it's a big deal. Makes it a more attractive option when you've got that long-range sight. So you get some free hits without the Tiger nuking away all your squads.
Victory point
Here he comes with the 17 pounder. Unfortunately, he's driven it head on here. So he has to spin around before it can fire. Snare out. Ooh! I think multiple vehicles got hit by that one shot. Martin nearly did, but 17 pounder follow-up shot goes onto the Tiger. Might get a kill shot here though. Bit of a traffic jam. Marta slow getting out of there. That's a really good start for the 17 pounder for Momo. So generally, I think it's better to like try reverse a 17 pounder into action or all those kind of towed weapons and then do a drop off. Because the weapon doesn't have to spin around before firing, but
The beggars are threatening a munitions point.
worked out alright this time round.
Point is being overrun.
Another Crusader for Momo. Werhmacht's getting really aggressive here. Looking for a squad wipe.
Victory points now.
And he loses it.
On station.
Yeah, it was a risky move. Chasing past this building, I don't think it's something I would have been trying to do. And it backfires massively. Oh boy, here we go. Targets a mine, 17 pounders nearby, he deploys it. Doesn't have anything to provide vision. And doesn't look like he's really trying to get the kill on this. Maybe he doesn't know that the Tiger got hit by it. Maybe he thinks it could be a squad. Bishop's just sitting out the back here, not up to much. Okay, 17 pounders on the move. Vet 2 on that already. Anticafe's just got to play it safe until he gets enough munitions for the incendiary bombing. Maybe then he can start to make some big plays, but in the meantime, he's lost his Werhmacht, and that's going to hurt his edge control. Two Crusaders in the retreat path. Oh, he's just popping on for Faust to do some damage there. But again, it just takes him one step further away from that incendiary bombing. Tiger stepping up into the middle of the map. 17 pounders there. He's trying to get around behind the corner. Vega's pushing up here, but doesn't have the firepower to do too much. Bishop's going after the flak. I think Anticafe's noticed yet. But he has started to light up this 17 pounder. He's trying to tow it out now. Ooh, if the Tiger pushed forwards there. Oh, he gets the kill on the towing vehicle. It gets decrewed. Smoke operation though. And that's enough for Anticafe to try and pull back. So we're going to need to rebuild the CMP truck so we can start towing that 17 pounder around again. Oh my goodness, Anticafe's side-teched. He's building a Neverwerfer. I wasn't expecting that. He is up against a lot of team weapons. But the Neverwerfers, I don't know, man. They just don't feel very reliable. But, you know, maybe up against 17 pounder, which I have trouble getting away. It's maybe a little bit better. I wonder if they're making towing getting buffed in the next patch. It's just going to make the nibble even worse. Nibble goes alright in team games because the unit density is so high. It tends to land on a lot of stuff, but in 1v1s when things are a bit more spread out, it's often rather unimpressive. So is the Bishop, though. The Bishop hasn't been terribly good so far. Almost trading out one of these Crusaders. Rebook the CMP. Comes the Neville onto the top side. Not hitting anything. Tiger rolling forwards, getting some solid hits. 17 pounder deploying. Double Shreks. CMP's gone again. But one of the Shreks overstaying its welcome. And it's dead. Drops the weapon too. Oh, there goes the Crusader. 17 pounder, one more. It's not enough. Anticafe stopped driving away with the Tiger though. Oh, it missed. What? How is it even possible that it misses? Maybe those are attack rounds. Maybe he lost vision on it? I don't know. Oh, he's trying to get it with the Bishop. It's already so healthy though. That repair while the Tiger was moving took it way out of the danger zone of getting killed. I wonder if they'll ever change that. I feel like it gives an unfair advantage to heavy tanks. Faustin. Beats the capture. Anticafe's done a pretty good job closing the VP gap, but he's still a good chunk of time behind. Base house is coming down on the flank.
The enemy's way. Victory point under enemy control.
Now they're getting very low. Anticafe hasn't noticed the AT guns are pushing up on him here. Oh! Down he goes. It's a little bit slow there, Anticafe. Pays a big price for it. He's trying to Neville barrage, but look at that. I mean, these are Vet 3 AT guns with a team weapon training extra health buff. Doesn't even take like a third health off them. It's not very impressive. We're withdrawing the other Crusader now. Got another CMP truck up here. Towing his way forwards. Oh, big splashdown from the Bishop. Got the vision from the flares for that. It feels like Momo just trying to grind out the VPs here and not trying to annihilate the Tiger. He's lost control on the bottom side, and that will happen because he's got rid of his Crusaders. He's training them back up again. Wonder if he had Crusader 3s and now he's rebuilding them as Crusader 2s because he doesn't need the anti-tank anymore.
The enemy has claimed a sector.
It's too hard for me to check, but maybe you guys can recognize the turrets and stuff.
Crusader cruiser finished.
Okay, 17 pounder deployed.
To take a
I still think Anticafe, you know, just needs to make some good moves when he's got enough for an incendiary bombing run as well.
A fuel point is being overrun.
Crusader's heading down to the bottom. Tiger's heading this way. 17 pounder nearby.
Sectors in enemy hands.
Trying to plant a mine. Very lucky that that Tiger shot missed.
A-15 Crusader is on station and ready for orders. Territory lost.
But you know, the Tiger made a big splash when it arrived. Like 2 kills, like a squad wipe. But since then it's slowed down a lot. 17 pounders have been doing a pretty good job of containing it. Hasn't got any lucky hits on the infantry since then, really.
down to
And
75
the double
points.
Crusaders doing
We
a
have
good
to
job
now.
controlling the
We're
edges
losing a
of the map.
victory point.
Flak nearly knocking out the CMP truck. Going for a base barrage now
Points now.
with the Bishop. Bishop's in some trouble though. Had to get quite close to pop off that barrage. Takes a Faust. Shrek's closing in, trying to knock it out. There's the 17 pounder again though.
We're losing a munitions point. Section command post is under fire.
The Crusaders trying to prevent the infantry advance. Oh! How did that one die? Oh, he's got 2 Shreks on that one. I was like, how did it die? He's got double Shreks though. I don't think Momo noticed either. His Crusaders getting chewed up by that double Shrek Jaeger squad. I think it just threw off Momo's calculations on how long this Crusader could survive in front of the Jaeger squad. He didn't notice the second Shrek and loses both of his Crusaders because of it. Here comes the Nebel going after the AT gun wall. Oh, Pio. Living. Royal Engineers are not. Grenade onto this. Tommy does survive. So did the Pio though, so even Stevens on that. 17 pounder does eventually go down. Bishop with the slow and steady. Okay, Anticafe popping breakthrough to rapidly swing the map control in his favor. He's pushing up here trying to kill off the 17 pounder after it got decrewed as well. Just needs his Shreks to polish it off. Doesn't really need the Tiger that much. Shreks are getting sidetracked here though. Shooting at infantry. Might allow Momo to recrew this. Oh, and he does. Too slow Anticafe. Meanwhile, Tommy's knock out the Nebel back here. Grenade, decrewing it again. And Shreks do polish it off this time round before Momo can get on top of it. The CMP there. Doesn't matter to him too much though. He can insta send the CMP back home. And maybe build another 17 pounder as a full unit. Lucky for Brits with the withdraw and refit. Knocks out the Flak and gonna knock out the Nebelwerfer as well, so... Oh no! He just lost a whole Grenadier merging there, I'm pretty sure. I don't think my eyes deceived me. I could be wrong though, it could have been like the portrait moving. Not sure. Merging to save manpower goes wrong, maybe. Tiger's still getting repaired up. It looks like Momo not rebuying the 17 pounder, just going for more and more Crusaders. I think if you're playing with Australians and you can put over repair on the Crusaders, this makes a lot of sense. But that double Shrek Jaeger is a real problem for these Crusaders. Only 15 points remaining now though for Anticafe's got to make a miracle happen and fast. He's going into the middle. He's got the double Shrek Jaegers there. Popping off some massive damage. Double Crusaders though. Oh! Big Bishop. Pio's trying to repair and tatters after that. And that's enough for Momo to claim the win. So. Interesting. Both players opting for triple engineer units at the start to get off to a fast start. And neither of them going for like a fast light vehicle. So, bit of a more, you know, like different style to what I'm usually encountering and usually seeing. But you can see how it kind of just plays out and it works, evens things out a bit more. I'm a little bit surprised Anticafe didn't go for Vet 1 training from the, what's his tier 1 to put veterancy on all his stuff. And maybe he could have also gone for MP40s on his Grenadiers if he was planning to go for breakthrough eventually as well. That could be a pretty strong option to bolster his early game, help fight back against the recce sections and sappers that are much stronger than his pioneers. But yeah, he had some tactics in the early game. It seemed like he wanted to sit behind cover, wait for Momo to run into him. Both players kind of employing those tactics, and both players really making use of that first flamethrower as their big power spike, trying to play around that. The Cafe bringing 3 Grenadiers alongside that Pyro Flamer so he could just run Momo off the map. So that was interesting to see. But yeah, a couple like slightly lazy bits of control for Anticafe, losing Martyr, losing squads here and there, quite avoidable. Just needed to like back up earlier after getting hit by something. Or maybe he felt like he was safe, only backed up like 5 or 10 range with something. But then Momo continued to push, brought his AT guns up a bit further and was able to polish things off, and that's how he got in trouble. But yeah, I don't know, the Nebelwerfer, I mean, it did eventually contribute to the 17-pounder kill, but I'm not too convinced by their performance. I've tried them quite a lot, and they're just, they don't seem to get the job done for me. I think a lot of the problem is like how long it takes between the rocket being launched and it landing. It just gives so much time for the enemy to dodge. And, you know, post-towing changes, it's probably going to be even harder for the Nebel to actually get some impactful shots on when, especially in like these 1v1 scenarios where you can so clearly hear the audio. You know, you're not getting barraged by like 3 other players with the stuff popping off at the same time. You hear the Nebel, you know exactly what it's going to be going for. You know how to dodge. It's going to make it harder for the Nebel. But yeah, I think Anticafe's like early game stalled out because he lost that flak, and that meant that he wasn't really able to fight back against Momo's upgraded infantry. And maybe it could have been a little bit more lethal with the double Werbles, but Momo got a little bit lucky as well, like that one push Anticafe made. The AT gun got decrewed like a little bit earlier when it was in front of that hedgerow close to Momo's base instead of kind of behind it. That could have made all the difference, allowed Anticafe to kill it off. But yeah, in the late stages, that double Shrek Jaeger, that was very powerful. Caught Momo off guard. Maybe could have lost him the game if Cafe had a little bit more thereafter. But he ended up losing both his team weapons in the late stages, just to like a Tommy shooting at them, I think. And Momo eventually cleaning them up and lost a lot of firepower. Surprised about Anticafe's like Tiger, you know, it had such a strong start. Like its first quarter of its life was so impactful, but the last 3 quarters didn't get up to much. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like good game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck. Or might as well talk for another 15 seconds so that I don't have to re-render this. This might actually be my last COH3 cast pre-patch as well. So if anybody's sent in replays in the last like week and a half or so, bad luck. Your game's not going to get cast. It's going to get invalidated. Just in general, guys, like probably sending me a replay in the last 4 days before a patch. It's not going to get cast. Okay. 2, 1. Goodbye.